Many American homeowners aged 65 and older may qualify for property tax relief programs that can reduce, limit, or even freeze part of their annual property tax bill, depending on where they live. Yet many eligible homeowners never apply simply because they don't realize these programs exist or assume they don't qualify. One of the biggest misconceptions about property tax exemptions is that they're only designed for a certain type of homeowner. Some people believe these programs are only for retirees with very limited incomes, so if they own a comfortable, mortgage-free home, they assume they're ineligible. Others think the programs are only intended for wealthy homeowners with large estates, so if they rely mainly on Social Security, they dismiss the idea altogether. In reality, eligibility depends on your state's laws and the specific exemption, not simply on whether you are considered rich or poor. You might also think that once your mortgage is paid off, property taxes are no longer a major expense. In many cases, however, property taxes remain one of the largest ongoing costs of homeownership. If you're renting, property taxes can still matter because they are one of the operating costs many landlords consider when setting rental prices, although rent is influenced by many factors. Whether your home is worth $90,000 or $400,000, it's worth taking a few minutes to see whether your state or county offers any property tax relief programs you may qualify for. Some programs provide the greatest benefit to lower-income retirees. Others can be especially valuable for homeowners whose properties have increased substantially in value over the years. The key is understanding which programs apply to your situation. One important point is that qualifying for a property tax exemption and actually receiving the benefit are often two different things. Many programs require homeowners to submit an application, and some have filing deadlines. In many areas, these benefits are not applied automatically. That's why it's important to check with your local county assessor or property appraiser's office rather than assuming everything is already in place. Over the next few minutes, we'll walk through 5 of the most common property tax relief programs available in many states. We'll also finish with 3 additional strategies that some homeowners may want to explore with a qualified tax or estate planning professional. Let's begin with the program that serves as the foundation for many others. Form #1. The Homestead Exemption. The homestead exemption is one of the most common forms of property tax relief available in the United States. Although the rules vary by state, many states offer some type of homestead exemption for a homeowner's primary residence. In general, this exemption reduces the taxable value of your home before property taxes are calculated. The amount differs depending on where you live. For example, Florida offers a homestead exemption of up to $50,000 for many qualifying homeowners. Texas provides a significant homestead exemption for school district taxes. Illinois, Georgia, and many other states also offer their own versions with different benefit amounts. Because every state has its own laws, the exact savings depend on your location and local tax rates. One detail many homeowners overlook is how the exemption is activated. In some states, it may be applied automatically after purchasing a home. In many others, however, homeowners must submit an application to their county appraisal or assessor's office before a specified deadline. Missing that deadline may delay the exemption until the following tax year. The good news is that once approved, many jurisdictions allow the exemption to remain in effect as long as the property continues to qualify as your primary residence. The homestead exemption can benefit homeowners across a wide range of income levels. For some, it may reduce annual property taxes by hundreds of dollars. For others, the savings can be significantly greater, depending on property values and local tax rates. It's also worth noting that in some states, having a homestead exemption on file is a prerequisite for certain additional property tax relief programs. If you're unsure whether your property already has a homestead exemption, consider contacting your local county assessor or property appraiser's office and asking whether one is currently on file for your primary residence. If not, they can explain the application process and any applicable deadlines. Form #2. The Senior or Age 65 Property Tax Exemption. Many states also offer an additional property tax exemption specifically for homeowners who are 65 or older. This benefit is often separate from the standard homestead exemption, meaning homeowners may need to submit another application even if their homestead exemption has already been approved. The amount varies widely by state. For example, Texas provides an additional exemption for qualifying homeowners age 65 or older on certain school district taxes. Florida allows some counties and municipalities to offer an additional senior exemption for homeowners who meet age, residency, and income requirements. New York offers a senior citizens homeowners exemption for eligible homeowners, which can reduce assessed value by up to 50%, depending on income and local participation. Illinois also provides additional exemptions for qualifying senior homeowners. Because eligibility rules differ from one state and sometimes one county to another, it's important to review your local requirements carefully. If you've recently turned 65, don't assume these benefits will begin automatically. In many jurisdictions, you'll need to apply before the filing deadline in order to receive the exemption. A quick call or visit to your county assessor's office can help you determine which senior property tax programs are available where you live and what documentation, if any, you'll need to apply. Now let's talk about a point many homeowners overlook. Some states place income limits on certain senior property tax exemptions. For example, programs in states like New York and Illinois may have income thresholds that applicants must meet. If your income is above those limits, you may not qualify for that specific program. However, that doesn't mean you aren't eligible for other forms of property tax relief. Many states, including Texas, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and others, offer senior property tax benefits that are based primarily on age and residency, although the exact eligibility rules vary by state and sometimes by county. That's why it's always worth contacting your local county assessor or property appraiser's office and asking 3 simple questions. Is there a senior property tax exemption available where I live? What are the eligibility requirements? When is the application deadline? Even a brief phone call could help you identify benefits you may not have known existed. Form #3, Senior Assessment Freeze or Tax Ceiling. For many homeowners, this can be one of the most valuable property tax relief programs available. A senior assessment freeze, or in some states a tax ceiling, is designed to help qualifying homeowners manage future increases in property taxes. While the rules differ from state to state, these programs generally limit how future increases in assessed value or certain portions of the tax bill affect eligible homeowners. For example, in Texas, many homeowners age 65 or older can qualify for a school district tax ceiling, which generally limits increases in that portion of their property taxes subject to state law. Illinois offers a senior citizens assessment freeze homestead exemption for qualifying homeowners who meet income requirements. New Jersey's Senior Freeze program reimburses eligible homeowners for certain property tax increases after they qualify. Although each program works differently, they all share a similar goal, helping eligible seniors manage rising property taxes as property values increase. This benefit can be especially valuable in neighborhoods where home values have appreciated significantly over time. Many jurisdictions require homeowners to apply during a specific filing period, and missing that deadline may delay eligibility until a future tax year. If you're already 65 or older but have never looked into a senior assessment freeze or tax ceiling, it's still worth checking. Depending on your state's rules, you may still be able to apply for future tax years. Form #4, Property Tax Circuit Breaker Programs. Another program that many homeowners have never heard of is the Property Tax Circuit Breaker. Despite the unusual name, these programs are designed to provide tax relief when property taxes become a significant burden relative to household income. In many states, qualifying homeowners apply through their state income tax return or a separate state application. If they meet the eligibility requirements, they may receive a tax credit or refund based on their income and property taxes paid. Several states, including Massachusetts, Maine, Vermont, New York, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Maryland, Wisconsin, and Illinois, offer some form of circuit breaker program, although eligibility rules and benefit amounts vary considerably. These programs are not limited solely to very low-income households. Depending on the state, many middle-income retirees may also qualify. If you're living on Social Security, a pension, retirement savings, or a combination of income sources, it's worth checking whether your state offers a circuit breaker credit. A quick search for Property Tax Circuit Breaker, along with your state's name or a call to your state tax agency, can help you determine whether you're eligible. Form #5, Property Tax Deferral. Our 5th program works differently from the others. Instead of reducing property taxes, a property tax deferral program allows eligible homeowners in certain states to postpone paying some or all of their property taxes until a later date. In many programs, the state pays the taxes on the homeowner's behalf. and the deferred amount becomes a lien against the property that is typically repaid when the home is sold, refinanced, or transferred through an estate. For homeowners who have substantial home equity but limited monthly income, this option may provide additional financial flexibility. Several states, including Oregon, California, Washington, Colorado, Texas, Tennessee, Idaho, Illinois, and Massachusetts, offer some type of property tax deferral program. Although eligibility requirements, repayment terms, age limits, income restrictions, and interest rates vary. Because deferred taxes eventually must be repaid, homeowners should carefully review the program details before enrolling. If you still have a mortgage, it's also important to check with your lender, since mortgage agreements may contain provisions related to unpaid property taxes. For the right homeowner, however, a property tax deferral can be a useful financial planning tool. 3 bonus opportunities worth exploring. If you own a home, there are 3 additional opportunities that may help reduce your long-term property tax costs. Bonus #1. Disabled veteran property tax exemptions. Many states provide additional property tax relief for veterans with qualifying service-connected disabilities. The amount of the exemption depends on state law and, in many cases, on the veteran's disability rating issued by the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Some states offer partial exemptions while others provide a full exemption for qualifying veterans. If you served in the military, or if your spouse or parent did, it may be worthwhile to ask whether any veteran-related property tax benefits are available. Bonus #2. Surviving spouse benefits after a homeowner passes away. Certain property tax benefits may continue for a surviving spouse if state law allows and eligibility requirements are met. However, these benefits often require a separate application and are not always transferred automatically. If you've recently lost a spouse, consider contacting your local assessor's office to learn whether you need to submit paperwork to continue receiving any available exemptions. Bonus #3. Appeal your property assessment. Finally, remember that your annual property tax bill is based largely on your property's assessed value. If you believe your home's assessment is higher than its actual market value, most counties provide a formal appeal process. Homeowners can often present evidence, such as comparable home sales, appraisal reports, or information about the property's condition. Successful appeals may reduce the assessed value, which can lower future property tax bills. Appeal procedures and filing deadlines vary, so check with your local assessor's office if you think your property may have been overvalued. Final thoughts. Property tax relief programs differ widely from one state and sometimes one county to another. Not every homeowner will qualify for every program, but many people are surprised to discover they are eligible for benefits they never knew existed. The best first step is simple. Contact your county assessor or property appraiser's office and ask what exemptions, credits, freezes, deferrals, or other property tax relief programs are currently available for homeowners in your situation. A few minutes of research today could help you make informed decisions about your property taxes for years to come. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing it with a family member, friend, or neighbor who owns a home. It may encourage them to explore programs they hadn't previously considered.